I mean, I think there's always that thing. I mean, I once thought or heard somebody talking about it, and it made me think. Sometimes in the certain films, they almost can, especially maybe if it's like an artist film. Not to say you get bored of it because you want to see, but also that boredom, it makes your mind. The boredom is very loosely I've said it, but then it makes you consider other things. So then you people say you have often your best ideas when you're bored, whereas young people, because your imagination kicks in, whereas a lot of young people, because or was as well, we pick up a phone rather than when we didn't have access, when there wasn't a phone, our brain would do something, much more, like why don't you like something less boring instead? It would make up a little poem or a story, or oh, I'll do this doodle, or it would make something in there. So when you're watching a film that's long, well, not long, it could even just be normal 90 minutes. Then if you are watching something that in somewhere is about philosophy or social change, or has something about something, you can then start going on your own little thought pattern about related to yourself or society with the characters. And that's interesting. But you have to kind of be a bit locked in or a bit meditating it, whereas which is what's good about the cinema, because you can't go on your phone or you can't pause it. So that is part of the journey. And if there is like a little lull, then you might get an interesting or creative idea or reflect on it somewhere in some way as you're watching it. But it is, I mean, in terms of watching a film, sometimes when I'm at home, in order to stop doing that, I might sit and I might do this. So I've got a bass guitar, so I don't need to even look at the notes. I know where they are, and just like, but this is stopping me moving. I'm not getting up. I'm not picking up a phone, but it's like a prop, almost just sat here. And then if I decide to play along with the soundtrack, I might do or not. But it would, it keeps you sort of locked and rooted and off your phone. I don't do that all the time. By no means, I don't want to give that impression, but I have done that before, just as an as an interesting way to. I suppose that then does contradict me saying, you're only focused on that if you say that, but not too much. But I think though that with whether or not the program, I mean, it's a bit like they were saying about Matt Damon was saying, "Oh, you're having to like retell the story all these times." I mean, it is interesting how that's being told, because I mean, people used to criticize the twice going around in the same bit, but also they want action in the first 5 minutes. That's another Netflix requirement, he said, which is fine. There's lots of great movies start with a good set piece.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, you want to kind of hook people into whatever the story is, but then, like, from the get go. But then sometimes things are a slow burn. Like, I watched something recently. I couldn't for the life of you tell you what the name of it was. Something like Detroit 99 or 79, something like that, 77. Sort of like small budget film. It had the actress who played the original Wednesday in like the 90s film.
Oh yeah, Christina Ricci.
Yeah. And she was like
Yeah,
the supporting,
brilliant actress. Yeah,
she is. She was the supporting actress in the film, and it was kind of like a couple dynamic situation, but like basically he just kidnaps this girl on the street. And
Buffalo 66. Oh,
Buffalo
Buffalo
66,
86. No,
66, something like that.
So, yeah, it's got Vincent Gallo. Yeah, I saw this at the cinema when it came out. Yeah,
Incredible
yeah,
film.
yeah,
I saw it recently. And it's,
yeah, because he spends the first scene, he has to try and find a toilet. That's the first bit. He's walking for like 15 minutes trying to, yeah.
It's a slow burn, but it's worth it, and it's got a fun little twist. Like, I remember watching it with my girlfriend, and we were just hooked. It was just like, especially at the end. I won't ruin it for our listeners, but I was like, oh my god, it's cool, man. It's just bonkers. The whole thing is bonkers. But like, you need that. I think you need like stuff that's a bit out there. I don't always agree with this whole like guidelines thing. Like, there needs to be 5 minutes and then straight action. There needs to be 3-point arc. There has to be this and this, and it's like, you don't have to do anything. Like, you have to have a story, but the way you tell the story, that's up to you. And it's like writing songs. It's like, you don't have to do it the conventional way. There's lots of different ways to do something.